Hi everyone, it's Lucy and Kelly here, and today we are very excited because today is publication day for our cookbook, Farmer da Lupo.
Can you see it? Farmer da Lupo. Yes, you heard that right. We have a cookbook.
Yay! Cue dream sequence music.
So, 10 years ago, we were living in America and we were missing home like crazy. We missed our family, we missed Nana and Grandad, and we very terribly missed their food. So we were always in the kitchen cooking up their recipes, trying to get them exactly right because we needed that taste of home.
And we were making notes constantly for what we were doing, what we remembered, and also jotting down little stories that went with each of our recipes.
It just gave us a lot of comfort when we were really feeling that homesickness. And we were trying to get everything to taste exactly like they did.
So we were very.
So it was like this thing that we really enjoyed doing, and like our passion for cooking just soared. So little backstory: our Nana and Grandad are Italian. My mum's Italian, so we grew up with the best food in the world. Like Nana and Grandad's food is second to none. Mm-hmm. They are absolutely phenomenal. So you can understand why we missed it. So we were writing everything down, trying to get them exactly right. And then it came to Christmas 2013, and we were thinking, what could we possibly get for our Grandad
that isn't a bag of nuts, a bottle of wine that he always shook or always guessed. To the point where he could guess the actual bottle of wine, what the actual wine was.
What we got it. And Nana, who would cry over a bag of nuts or over a little cream or a jumper because you've thought about her. And they were the sweetest, most amazing people on the planet. But we just thought, what can we get them that's really going to mean something to them? So I had a little idea and I spoke to Kelly. And basically,
Lucy did all the work.
we thought, why not get Grandad
or make Grandad
a cookbook? Yes, make our own cookbook for Grandad. So like we said, we'd written all our stories down. We'd written a bunch of recipes from what we could remember.
Recipes, more so at this point, Lucy's going to show you. At this point, Lucy did very well. We used an online formatting thing. Lucy did it all herself.
It was very difficult. As you can see, it doesn't match, pages don't match, pictures aren't the same size, like everything is all over the place.
The recipes in here consist of a list of ingredients, no measurements, just a list of ingredients that we remembered, and a method that Lucy translated to do what Grandad does in here.
Remember what Grandad did, or it said ask Grandad. So it wasn't exactly a cookbook that anybody else could follow.
Grandad didn't understand it. Come that Christmas, we gave it to Grandad, and he read the letter in it that is still in the original book today, and
that went from the original, to the book.
And he absolutely loved it. Like, I don't think if we could ever have tried to surprise our Grandad with something, this was it, because he was absolutely blown away. His eyes sparkled the whole entire day,
and he wouldn't put it down,
holding it and opening it and just going through it. I don't think he really read the stories. I was like, Grandad, there's stories that really mean a lot to us. But he just kind of went down every list of ingredients.
To make sure we got the ingredients.
But once Grandad saw this, it was like he would ask us, when is it going to be on the shelves or in the shops? And we were like, Grandad, please. I was like, Grandad, I don't think we could sell this to paying customers, because do what you do or do what Grandad does doesn't consist of
they don't really know what you do, Grandad. Exactly. So that's a little bit tricky.
But he showed everybody that came to the house, he just was like, look at the cookbook. And Nana and Grandad used to have a restaurant. They had a lot of friends around here. And they always used to say, oh my goodness,
their food.
Their food. I'd have a recipe book with your grandparents' recipes in, because we loved their food.
Yeah.
So me and Lucy were like,
And more so, Grandad was like, like Grandad very much planted that seed, because we were like, okay, well, Grandad wants to see it on the shelf, so we are going to make that happen.
Us being like, when we get something in our heads, we have to see it through. So over the course of that 10 years, from 2013 Christmas,
Farmer da Lupo set route.
Oh, sorry, Farmer da Lupo. Oh, yes. That way. Since the beginning, it's always been Farmer da Lupo. We tried a bit more of a grammatically correct kind of phrase, but Grandad always used to call us Farmer da Lupo, which loosely means hungry wolf or hungry like a wolf, because we were always eating. He always said that to us too, you're always eating, because we were. Every time we went to their house, we'd walk in, we'd give them hugs, go straight to the kitchen and see what they were cooking. So we were always eating. And so from the very beginning, there was no doubt in our minds that it was going to be Farmer da Lupo. I will point out very quickly, over the course of 10 years, we made notes, we wrote things down, we tried to get measurements. Jen and Grandad...
once we kind of had that conversation with Grandad, it can't be sold like that. It doesn't have measurements. It was amazing because we were always in our kitchens in America, sending stuff back, taking pictures for Jen, saying, please show Nana, please show Grandad. And then Grandad would do the same for us. So he'd tell Jen, tell the girls you need this much of this. Tell the girls you need this. And Nana would say, they should have this or they should do this. So it was a group effort and something we absolutely treasure so much.
The time to put it, we call it our passion project because for over 10 years we've had the ups and downs. We've, put our all into it, got our recipes down, got our stories and everything. And I'm trying to think of like the kind of course of the year where we did try. We were like, because we've self-published this book, we did try over the years to be like, okay, let's see if we could ask a publisher. And we did so many proposals,
many submissions.
Many submissions. And naturally, we're not celebrity chefs, we're not influencers, we're not anything. But even so, through all of that, we were like, no, it's going to happen.
You can't tell us no. Our granddad wants to see this on the shelf.
That's literally what this book
our
has
granddad
been.
shall see it on the shelf.
So we had that. We went through all that, rejections and everything, but it didn't stop us.
No.
Sadly, in the process of making this, we lost Grandad in 2017, and then we lost Nana in 2019. So as we sit here today,
we had a bit of a break where we didn't know if it was going to kind of carry on because we didn't really want to cook, or we were kind of it was not being able to run to their house and like show them stuff and tell them things. It
have Grandad's stamp of approval on certain recipes was very, very hard to take in at first. But then as we kind of after Grandad passed away, we had Nana to be like, no, Nana, we've got to do it. And then losing her was hard. Like, we've been so fortunate with our grandparents. We knew all of them growing up and we adore all of them. And not having grandparents was like, this doesn't feel right. This is very, very strange. So, but
we miss them every day and we think about them all the time.
But we were like, no, we're going to do it because it's their legacy. We talk to people every day who talk about the Red Rose, their restaurant and their recipes. We have their next door neighbour, June, who's a godsend we're talking to about that kind of stuff, and our family. And we were like, no, it's going to happen. We are going to make this happen.
And one thing we absolutely adored too was because me and Kelly were always kind of writing stuff down, and we had this book, and we even remember one year, Jen and Grandad, when we were in America, Jen and Grandad were wanting to make pastiera, which is the Italian Easter cake in Farmer de Lupo. And they all looked at each other and went, well, what's the recipe? And then they actually picked up the book and went, well, hang on a second, Lucy and Kelly have it written down.
Very vague.
So a very vague version, but it was like here. And that kind of just made us more motivated and determined that, well, for our kids one day, for our family. And when we have pizza parties now with our mum and she can get that taste of what she grew up with and Nana and Grandad's food, and it's not just disappeared, and it really does make us feel like we're
kept that alive,
carrying Grandad's legacy and carrying Nana's legacy and doing them proud.
So as the years went by and we had this book, we knew it was going to be called Farmer de Lupo. We knew where we kind of wanted to take photos and what we wanted to do for that. Especially we always had an idea that we would go to Italy for certain photos. And basically, in the last year or so, we really got our heads in the game. And 2 years, probably. And during the COVID times, actually, we were like, okay, we're going to cook. And the recipes that you will find in our book, I'm not sure it yet will, were all taken, all the photos were taken in Nana and Grandad's kitchen before the house changed, it moved on, and no longer resembles Nana and Grandad's kitchen.
We use all their pots and pans.
It means the world. We have everything. The tables, the kitchen counters, the tea towels, the spoons, knives and forks, everything. So that means the absolute world to us. And then last year, we finally went to Italy and took our photos with the lovely Laura Thayer from Ciao Amalfi, and Nikki Positano did our makeup. That's not her last name, but everybody knows you like Nikki Positano. So it's
our amazing friend Jazz did the food at Nana and Grandad. Which, honest to God, we get excited over food, but it was like seeing a newborn baby or something. Like, we saw a picture of salad and we went, oh my God! We were like, yes! And we were like,
Jazz was incredible.
And we were literally in tears thinking, if Grandad could see the state of this, cannelloni now, it's in all its glory. It was it made us so happy.
So, in the recent months, we went from our notebook to our little self-made book for Grandad to getting a proof copy in the post. And we also found the lovely Melinda Martin from Martin Publishing Services, and she's in Texas, and she helped format this one.
Because my goodness,
all our ideas as far as the front cover and everything, she just brought to life, and it was just so incredible getting like the proof copy in the post, and yeah, it's very, very surreal.
It very much felt like a dream come true, and like Kelly said, incredibly surreal.
Yes,
I feel like we'd had this in our head for so long.
And as a publication day today, we can now show you like the official paperback, which went through some changes, but it is amazing to us. Like, this is an example of the photos in Italy with the gorgeous, we stayed at Hotel Costa Diva, and they had lemon groves, which again, that was all, we planned certain things, and then certain things just came about, and they were wonderful and let us use them.
We will say as well, it's gone from 10 recipes, where like 10 recipes, to 50 recipes, 50 stories, 50 recipes.
Yes.
Like Kelly mentioned earlier, we'd had a letter at the beginning of this book to Nana and Grandad just about talking about how much they meant to us, and we've kept that original letter from all those years ago.
We have pictures in our cousin's restaurant, Kasai, in Traiano. And so it's all love, it's all family. And also, we will just say that all the recipes in this book that you will find, we researched lots of tips and tricks when we were making a cookbook. But all the recipes and the photos and the food you will find in this book, we will just point out that we ate on the day.
Nothing is Photoshop.
There is no Photoshop. There is no tricks as how to make something shiny, how to not a knock on anybody. Just saying that that was a big thing for us.
So it's a credit for one. I mean, just not to brag, the food of being like Nana and Grandad's food is second to none. But also our amazing photographer Jazz, because like she just, like we said before, she captured the food, and she'd capture it, and then we'd stop for lunch and we'd eat all the food that we made. So that was a huge thing for us too. It is what it is. Like, you see, what is it? You get what you get. You see, you see what it is. There's no tricks. There's no anything. No. So that was huge for us. So yes, we have. Hopefully there's an introduction in here. It explains. So it explains our story. It explains Nana and Grandad's story with us, and you can get it in paperback and hardback. Again, we want to say thank you first to our family who put up with us for 10 years, who literally, when we had to ring our little sister and go, Jen, we forgot salt, come to Nana and Grandad's house, because that happened. And they've eaten everything we have made.
They've and then also obviously thank you to Melinda Martin for putting it together, and Laura in Amalfi for her amazing photos inside, Jazz for her amazing photos inside, Nikki for doing our makeup in Italy, and Hells from the Hells Project for copy editing it for us. It's just come together with lots and lots and lots of love.
Friends old and new, and just like helped us see it come to fruition. And you guys, because over the years, everybody who's followed us since wrestling to books to everything in between, all our little dreams and big and small, and the blog too, it truly means the world to us when it's been amazing to share recipes. It's been amazing to have comments where people have said, when are you having a cookbook? And this has honestly been like something that we feel like everybody has given us the confidence to do and supported us with.
Because we've had plenty of moments where we've been like that kind of, imposter syndrome, where we have got nervous, like those little doubts from the seeds of, influencers, we are not, and all that kind of stuff. But the fact we feel like we have this community of people who get why we do what we do, and who understand our passions and dreams,
and we hope it feels like we're in the kitchen with you. And we didn't want to make it complicated. Nana and Grandad's food was not complicated, and we say that now, and I know to somebody who's but that's Harry's style. No, but not to say it's not complicated if you're a beginner and you're not somebody who's used to the kitchen. However, it's one of those things where we give you a page at the beginning that's key ingredients, and it's like your basil, your garlic, your salt, your pepper. And we wanted it to be where once you've got all that for the week, you can make these things rather than think, oh no, I'm missing this spice, or I'm missing this herb, or I'm missing, this, that, and the other. So we wanted you to just sort of get used to using what you have in and whipping up these amazing feasts. Because there's so many times we go to Nana and Grandad's house and we'll be like, what are we going to have for lunch? There's nothing in the fridge. And they would whip up this massive feast with just the smallest ingredients. And that's what it is. It's like those little things. And like it says on the back, that make life exquisite. And we really hope you check it out. We really hope you enjoy it.
It's available in paperback and hardback. And we hope you just enjoy it as well if it's a coffee book table. If you just love the stories or the pictures, or it just inspires you to make your own family cookbook. Anything. Just dream big and don't stop believing in yourself.
No.
Never give up. All John Cena.
I was about to do
all
S
John
Club 7
Cena.
then don't stop
But
believing
yes,
in yourself.
So
Yeah, for
we're
this
sending you
song.
nothing but love from this video. This
Yes.
long video. If you got to this
rambling.
point, our cookbook is finally here. 10 years later, but Nana and Grandad,
We did it!
Mwah!